What's up, everybody? Flyer Live Podcast is back after a little bit of a hiatus, and we'll get into that probably,
Yep.
maybe, sort of.
Mhm.
Uh, if you need a reminder of who we are and what we do, I'm Josh or Jish. Mitch is here with me. We are normally here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Normal Time live, as we are today. Live on X and live on YouTube. And then we also have our replays on X and YouTube if you like video form, or if you like audio form. We are live on Spotify. We are live on Apple. We are on, what did I say? Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and iHeart. So you can pretty much find us wherever you want. All of our episodes are there. Excuse me. We are a amateur golf podcast. We don't talk about the pros. We are not pros. We've never been pros. We will never be pros. I don't think we want to be pros. It sounds kind of just terrible. Um, we don't know anything about pros. They're way better than us. We'll never be them. So we just know about amateur golf. We know probably too much about amateur golf. But anyways, so that's all we talk about. Uh, that's what we'll do today and next week and the week after and the week after. Um, yeah. Anyways, we are. By the way, the whole point of this podcast, I don't think we mentioned this in quite a long time. Or maybe you have and I haven't. The whole point here is mostly for us two to get together once a week, talk about golf, how golf is going, things we're working on, how we're enjoying or not enjoying golf, but also to build a community of other amateur golfers where we can just chat with people, talk about golf, talk about whatever. Just build a community of golfers together that have a similar interest, so we can have more people to talk golf to. Is that right,
Mhm.
Mitch?
Nailed it.
All right, because eventually, as I have said before, eventually you and I are gonna get sick of talking golf to each other. So we're gonna need some more friends.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to bring some more people on. But it's been a while since we had a guest.
Yeah, that's right. We have had a handful of guests uh, towards the beginning of our episodes. When we got to the middle of the season and the guests kind of fall off because we had a lot of stuff going on. We'll recap. We had a lot of stuff. We played a bunch of tournaments. You played way more tournaments than I did, and competitive stuff. You did much more than I did. We played a lot of golf. Got into a lot of other nonsense. Um, yeah, so a lot of stuff to cover. Um, I forgot where I was going already. I'm rusty.
Yes. That's all right. You want to just talk about Suits? We were talking about some TV shows before we
We
hopped on.
were, we were. So we're the title of this episode is called "It's the Off Season." It's
Almost.
it's pretty much
Almost.
the off season here in Minnesota. So it's now time to start watching uh TV instead of playing golf. I started Suits like a month ago. I'm already into season 3.
Mhm.
It's one of my favorite shows. Actually, I watched before that. I watched the Last Kingdom. I don't know if you've seen that one. Uh, both A+ shows. Highly recommended by friends of mine who have watched every TV show on the entire planet. I think.
Have you
Both A
seen
plus.
Have you seen White Collar?
I have not. Is that
If
similar
you
to Suits?
if you like Suits, you will like White Collar.
Okay, I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, I've watched both of them. Both the very good shows.
All right. What
It's,
are you
it's a lot
you're
of stuff
you're a
that
big
you wouldn't
TV guy,
know.
right? Because you watch
Yeah,
you watch like live TV, you watch Survivor, is that correct?
yeah,
And
I'll
other
watch a few
things?
different shows. Survivor is by far my favorite, like live TV sort of thing, besides sports, obviously. But it's just something my wife and I always watch together. So every Wednesday night, right there, 7 p.m., it's go time.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes we wait till like 7:30 so we can just fast forward through all the commercials because this is 2025, not 1995. We don't have to watch commercials anymore. They're
Yeah.
stupid.
Well,
Well,
depends on the streaming platform nowadays. It's getting
yeah.
ridiculous again, but yeah.
I thought you were gonna go with unless you're trying to watch the Ryder Cup or something, and then
Oh, yeah. yeah, that too. Well, not a pro golf podcast, but that was insanity. I almost wish I don't remember if we've ever talked about what I did on this show before, but I early on in the season for the farmers insurance
Mhm,
event, I went back and rewatched. I believe it was the Friday of the farmers, or maybe it was the week before the farmers. It was around the farmers though. I went back and slow mode the whole tournament and just took notes on like everything that happened throughout the PGA Tour broadcast, and I was just trying to get advertising data just to see like how much of what you're watching for like the 6 hours or whatever it was ads. And I found a whole bunch of other shit that was just so terrible with the golf broadcast. And the Ryder Cup was like 50 times worse. It was so
mhm.
bad. So bad. There was there was four balls in play, 2 different days, and they didn't catch every shot live.
Yeah. I don't know how you are not seeing every single shot throughout the ride. Like how I am. It's flabbergasting.
It's
There's
actually impossible. You have to try hard to do that.
like when the most people on the course at any one time is 24 people. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Yeah.
and they have cameras on every hole, so they can't even say like they're not set up. Like they're watching every single shot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just turn them on. It's not that hard.
Watching golf is fascinating. The Ryder Cup was fascinating, but we're not here to talk about
It is. I
that.
do actually the Ryder Cup. Can actually bring us into amateur golf. The Ryder Cup's kind of fun to watch when you actually get to watch because the percentage of the shots you get to see is much higher than you do on the PGA Tour. So you do actually get a solid flavor of how not as good at golf the pros are than we think they are for normal like events.
Mhm.
Because excuse me, because in normal events they can only show you so many shots because there's 16 billion golfers out there at one time. So they pretty much only show you the good shots. So if you only see the good shots, your brain immediately thinks, "Oh, pros are just perfect." Now, when you watch the Ryder Cup, you see almost all the shots, and you were seeing them hit the ball all over the planet, which was sweet because you see that in regular events too. If you just go and watch, like I go to the 3M every year, and you see that in person when you're there, but
Mhm.
they don't show that on TV because that's not what's fun. But the Ryder Cup they have to because there's only so many shots you can see. So I did like that. It gives you and I a better, well, I guess not you and I specifically, but other people a better perspective on, maybe the pros aren't as good as you think they are. They're fantastic golfers, but they're not as good as you think they are.
Yeah. I mean, on the other side of that, there were some incredible shots that had no business being as good as what they were.
Oh
I
yeah.
was only able to watch some of it on Friday. Didn't really see much of anything on Saturday because I was out hiking the North Shore with my wife. And then Sunday we had a baptism, so I caught like the last couple hours of the Ryder Cup. Um, but I mean, day one, John Rahm is in the deepest, thickest fescue I've ever seen. Like there's the camera's standing right there, and you're watching him line up to his ball, and you cannot see his golf ball.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
And then he hits it out of there. It's like what, 12 feet?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And they asked him after the round. I thought he said something about it was like one of the most difficult shots he's ever hit or something, or somebody said something about that.
It was incredible. The, the crazy thing is like the gallery is lined up both left and right all the way down, and I'm just thinking this ball could literally come out left or right. It could be shanked. The club face could close down. It could go dead left, just anywhere, anywhere.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
12 feet. Absolutely ridiculous. And then I saw another one. I think it was Lowry, or no, it might have been Hatton on hole one. Uh, he was short sided because everyone kind of went to the right because everyone was trying to drive the green or get as close up there as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And he was short sided in the rough. They both were. I think Henley and Hatton, it doesn't really matter. But Hatton hit it out of the rough, short sided, and hit it to like 6 inches. Like So some of those shots out there were absolutely incredible,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and those are the ones they love showing on TV. So it's great to see them. But like, I don't know if an amateur would ever in their life like one in a million chances of hitting those shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
100%. Crazy.
yeah. Anyway,
Anyway.
moving on to our golf. The
Yeah.
end of season. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus for the last 3 weeks. Um, Honestly, I think that was mostly me. I needed a break of talking, thinking, playing golf for a couple weeks there. I just went on a stretch of our four ball, straight into the mid am, straight into club championship, straight into member guest, and I after that like I think it was 21 days or something like that, 4 different tournaments. I just needed to not play golf anymore. I legitimately did not want to play golf. Like I was getting invited by my boss to go out and play, so I'm like, sure, yeah, I'm gonna go do that. But I'm just out there, I'm hitting the golf ball, and I'm just like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It was a really weird feeling.
Yeah, it's a strange time in Minnesota golf, because I think this is more that's more normal than maybe you might think or maybe it seems. But Minnesota golf is funny. It's different if you're from the South, you would probably have no clue how this works. But like I said, we have our off season coming up where it's going to be too cold to play golf outside, like very very soon. So what seems to happen is we get to the winter. Some people practice in the winter, some people don't. There are a lot of opportunities to play golf in the winter in Minnesota now because of all the indoor places, but they're fairly expensive. The times fill up very quickly in the winter, so you can't get there all the time. So, I mean, in the winter, for the most part, I mean, you're maybe swinging the club one or two times for a week, most people, or less, mostly less. So by the time the snow melts and you can get outside and it's warm enough, everybody's pumped up to play. So
Mhm.
everybody's getting out there every day, grinding on the range, doing everything they can, playing however many times a week. You're doing that for 2, 3, 4 months straight because you can't get enough because it's in the back of your mind that I just got out of winter and I couldn't play golf at all. And then you hit a wall.
Winter's coming.
Yep, exactly. And then you hit a wall and it's like, okay, I've just now played so much, and now I can see the snow is about to be falling in front of my face again. I don't have any motivation to play now.
Mhm.
I had a similar experience to you. I didn't want to like stop playing at all. I've been enjoying playing golf this summer for the most part. Um, but I went on a trip this past weekend, Saturday Sunday trip up north. Um, Played 20 23 holes of a par 3 course on Saturday and then 18 holes at Cragen's Resort on their brand new Layman course on
Mhm.
Sunday. I
What'd
didn't
you
keep
think about that course? I
I didn't
played it.
keep score. What did I think?
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I liked it better than Madden's.
Yes, I would agree.
You played the new Layman course as well?
Yep. Yep. I
Okay.
played both of them this summer.
Nice. Yeah, I thought the Layman course was I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Madden's when I was there. It's good. It had that it had that Parklands feel where you're like as I think the point is for Madden's where you kind of want to feel like immersed in the woods, like you're underneath these massive tall trees and it's kind of like dark and kind of like like that's Parkland's like up north Minnesota golf. It had that feeling a little bit, but it also a little more wide open. It felt I don't want to say easier, but it felt better to play. Um, Conditions obviously fantastic. They better be for the price you paid. Um, yeah, it was very very nice. The views were great. I love their par threes, by the way. All
Mhm.
their par threes, I every time I hit the ball, I was like, this is a really cool par three. All of them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
They didn't keep score.
I didn't keep score. I on the par three course at it's called Gravel Pit. It's also brand new.
Mhm.
Um, kept score for like the first 6, 7 holes maybe, and then just decided didn't care, and then did not even pull out a scorecard for the Lehman course, and it was a fantastic weekend of golf. It was
Good.
probably my favorite weekend of golf of the entire summer. I did not keep score. I'm gonna do that more next year. That's going on my list of things to do for next season, is to play a little bit more golf without writing down a score. Just go out
Mhm.
there and whack the ball a little bit, see what happens.
Yeah, I like that. Well, speaking of next year, I just want to talk about goals a little bit. Not
Yes.
next year goals yet. Like, what were your goals coming into this season? And then, like, what were yours? Did you reach them? And then I'll tell you mine.
I don't even know if I would have to think about if I even had any goals for this season. We got a little baby at home, so I kind of anticipated there wasn't gonna be a whole lot of golf this year. I think I ended up playing a little bit more golf than I thought. Um, I was just hoping to do a little bit more competing, which I didn't do. Uh, I was hoping to improve my handicap a little bit, which when I started the year is at like 1.1 or something. We're up to 3.1, so we went the wrong way on that. But I
Hey,
did I did accomplish something I've been working on for multiple years because I've had an issue with it, and that is I had way more fun playing golf this year than I have in any season probably. I used to be a club thrower, a club breaker, club slammer, uh, yelling at golf balls, screaming, just for the most part not being a very like fun person on the golf course. That used to be me.
mhm,
Um, to my knowledge, I don't think I threw a golf club this year in anger. Uh, threw a couple for fun, where it's like throw a club and then laugh afterwards. That's different, I think.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's probably my biggest accomplishment that I'm putting stamping on this year. I just had fun playing golf this year.
Yeah,
What
I
about
like.
you? You had actual goals you wanted to set, and you did much better at them than I did.
Yeah, I mean, I always come to the goal or come into the season with one goal: is I want to make the cut at uh at the MGA Mid Am. Did not do it. Played awful. I think I don't remember if we talked about that, but lost my driver. Couldn't get off the tee. Just an absolute struggle fest. Shot like 81, 77, and missed the cut by I think like 4 or 5, something like that. Just not very good golf.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my other goal, I mean, this has been a goal now for probably 3 years, is to get to scratch. And I got to plus 1.1 was my low. So I feel pretty damn good about that.
That's really good.
So, so I was very happy to reach that goal. But also, I mean, we talked about that a while back too. It's almost like you hit it and then you don't feel like a good golfer, if
It
that
is
makes sense.
strange, yeah.
It's like I'm a scratch, but I don't feel like I'm a good golfer. But if I wouldn't, I play with a 10 handicap, they'd be like, oh my God, you're so good. I'm like,
Yeah.
am I?
That
Like,
that is very strange.
did you not watch me shank that 4 iron 57 yards into the
Yeah.
water on 11 there? Because I did that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange because you like when you're because I was I mean I assume you were at some point too, but not long ago I was like a 15-ish or more handicap, and I looked at scratch golfers and was like, "Oh my, how is that possible?"
Mhm.
And then I've watched you play up close and personal, plus myself down. I was at like a point 0.8 at some point last year, so I've been close. I can get to that level probably, so I have an idea of what it's like. And then yeah, it's the same. It's like, well, I mean, now that I'm doing it, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's really not. Yeah,
But then
super.
you kind of got to think back on it and think about like how much effort and time you put into everything to get there. And it actually is a bigger deal to get to that spot than you think it is. But in your own mind, it's like, well, I got more to give still. I can do this better. I can do that better. I can putt a little better. I can buy a new putter and be better. I can chop my driver in half and hit the ball a little straight. Like
Yeah, you end up starting to just look for like
Yeah.
these tiny little things that just just a half stroke more, just one shot here, one
Yeah.
shot there. That's all you're looking for at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's kind of weird. But
It is.
I know I texted you and I'm like, I'm being a little existential crisis here. Like, I don't know if like trying to get better is even worth it anymore. Like, and maybe it was just coming off of the member guest where you're playing a net event and there's some decent money out there, a whole
Sure.
bunch of shot spread. But I mean, you go and you just get absolutely just killed by 10, 15 handicaps at these things. That's like, what's the point of trying to get good at golf? Like,
Yeah.
like, is there a point in trying to get better at this thing? And I don't know. I will say this though, like although I reached some of my goals, I did not have that much fun towards the end of my season, like end of my competitive season. Probably just because I wasn't playing well, like nothing went the way I wanted it to,
Hmm.
and just left me kind of angry and not
Yeah.
and just straight and just not really wanting to play. And again, I think that's why we took a little break.
Yep.
But I think next year my goal is to have more fun. I don't know how many tournaments I'm going to sign up for next year. I think I just need a break and just kind of like reevaluate what I want from golf. And I think some of this stems again from getting to a scratch. I'm like, I put so much effort and money and time into going from, I think I was like an 8 handicap a few years ago and now got to a plus 1.1. I'm like, okay, I did all of that. That's
Hmm.
great. That's cool. It looks great for social media. I can go post my gin and show people I'm a scratch. Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
cool. But, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know. Like, am I having fun? I
Right.
guess that's the question I'm trying to answer right now. Is am I having fun?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's easy to answer that question when you're playing good too, by the way. I'm guessing at the beginning of the season when you're really pushing the zero and when you hit the zero, you're probably having a blast because you're playing really good.
Dude, that like 6 week stretch where I was, I think I shot 69 my first time shooting in the 60s. I shot uh two other rounds under par, a 70 and a 71. I shot a few even par rounds, a 73, 74. It's just stuff like that. I'm like, this game's so easy. This is
Yeah.
fun. This is a good time. But then, it all kind of just falls apart at the end of the season. I'm like, this is not fun anymore. Like this is like, how did I go from playing that good? Like I mean, I had a round this year where I had 7 birdies and an eagle. I'm like, and then all of a sudden, like I can't make putts. Like I don't know, like nothing's going right. No idea what's happening. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be my primary goal next year is just go out and have fun. Like that's what I want to do. I, I don't know how many tournaments I'm gonna sign up for. I might just do like our member and the club champ, and maybe that'll be it. I don't know. We'll see. It's a long winter. My mind could
It
change.
is.
Like
Yeah. There's a solid chance, by the way, that the the anger or whatever you're feeling here towards the end of the season, in that, not accomplishing some of the like the competitive goals you wanted, or the maybe is even a little bit of disappointment even. Solid chance that you get into December and January and all of a sudden that anger or disappointment has rechanneled itself into motivation. Solid chance that we get to February and we're talking about, all right, what do I gotta do on the simulator this summer, or right when I get back to the range or winter league or whatever. What do I got to do to get me that made cut in the mid am? You may be saying that in January, February. I get a feeling you might be.
there's a chance. I'm not gonna rule it out yet. But regardless,
Yeah,
main goal is to just have more fun next year.
I like it.
That's
I like it.
it.
I like it. That was mine this year. I felt like I did that pretty well. Uh, but I'm switching gears this winter. I'm
I
I'm
like it.
going I'm going back down the golf improvement, get back into competitive mode path. because I didn't play a whole lot of competitive golf this summer, even though I wanted to. But I had this will lead into the fun part, but I had a blast playing in the four ball we played in, and then a couple other side kind of things I did that were competitive. Um, I loved getting back into the competitive stuff because I hadn't done it in a couple years. Um, but I don't want to go into it like I did in our event where I know I'm the worst person. I feel like I'm dragging behind a little bit. I want to be able to compete and hold my own. So I am very motivated this winter. I've been putting some investments into the golf room for the winter. I have a launch monitor. I have a screen up in my house, so um, we put some investment into that. We're we're gonna put a lot of time into that. Probably gonna be playing a league over the winter. Maybe some other thing. Maybe get back in the gym too. I got a lot of plans for the winter. Just sitting around instead of doing nothing. We're gonna be playing some golf this winter.
Hell yeah. Speaking of the gym, that's another one of my big goals this winter. Is I need to get back into better shape. I was in a lot better shape a few years ago. Just need to get back to that. So maybe that's where I'm gonna drive some of my focus this year until I can. And then once I get there, I'll probably revamp and get back into golf mode. But that's gonna be one of my focuses this winter. Just get back into better shape.
Love it. Love it.
But we still have some time left. We still have some time left in this year. There's still some golf to be
True.
played. Um, some of the best golf of the year, unless you lose your ball in the leaves, which is
That is an issue in Minnesota here. Leaves start falling, and if you don't hit in the fair, well, sometimes you can lose in the fairway depending on where you're playing.
I
But yeah,
have 100% lost the ball in the fairway.
I I I lose balls all over the place, so it doesn't matter to me. Uh, yeah, I got a funny story for you about that actually. So the golf league that I'm golf tour. I don't like calling it a league; it's a tour. The golf tour I've been running this summer, which has been awesome. Um, we're heading into we are finishing up our second round of two playoff events. Tomorrow is the last day for that. And then we have our championship, not this weekend, but the next weekend. Um, and it's at Stone Ridge, which is, yeah, uh, there's no trees at Stone Ridge.
Yep, it's very helpful.
So I got a message from somebody. I doubt they listen to this, and if they do, I'm not making fun of them. It just made me laugh. Um, I got a message from somebody, and they were like, "Hey, how are we playing the leaf rule?" I was like, and I answered with the rule of the leaf rule because there, I guess it's technically possible. And I
What
was
what
like,
is what is the leaf rule for anyone who's listening that doesn't?
yes, people may not know the actual leaf rule. So it's kind of a two-part rule. The first rule is if you hit your ball and you can't find it, even if it's like somewhere like where leaves kind of are, like if the leaves are kind of falling off the tree and they're kind of scattered on the ground or whatever, your ball rolls underneath a leaf and you just can't find it. You have the 3 minutes. If you can't find it, it's a lost ball. However, the leaf rule, which people get mixed up with it just being any leaf in the course. The leaf rule is if the course or somebody else had like grouped up a bunch of leaves and piled them up, like they'll pile leaves up to just remove them later, but you pile them up and then you have to go get a different machine or do something else with them. If somebody had piled them up off like on the side of the course and your ball, you obviously rolled it into the pile of leaves and you can't find it in the pile of the leaves, you get a free drop from that. So that's the leaf rule people talk about. Most people just say if you lose it off the fairway, it's probably underneath the leaf, just drop a free one. But technically, that's only the case if it's in a pile of leaves that have been purposely put there for like removal at a later date.
See, I would play that. I would play that differently. I would push back on that because I mean, I've played some courses where it's kind of like a wind tunnel almost, and leaves just pile up.
They
I
do.
lost in the
Well, you
fairway
could.
because
In theory, there's no way for you to know if somebody technically piled them up or if they just kind of blew
yeah,
into a pile.
right. So
But yeah,
I guess where I'm going with that is, if you're playing with a group, let's say you're playing with three other people, everyone watches your ball, sees it bounce, whether it's in the rough or whatever, it's bouncing. You know it's there, but there's a bunch of leaves. It's like everyone agrees the ball is there, but you're not seeing it. Like typically, depending on the group, is like you
yeah,
just
you
take
just drop it. Yeah,
yeah,
it'll be fine.
yeah,
And put the score into gin too if you do that.
yeah.
The only time that would matter if it's like an actual like competitive scene, which to be fair, the tour is, so it was a good question to ask. But it just made me laugh because the course we're playing right now is Loggers Trail. And if you lose the ball in the leaves at Loggers Trail, I don't know if you played there before. If
Mm-hmm.
your ball is in the leaves at Loggers Trail, it's likely that your ball's just out of bounds anyway. there's
Or I get the trees.
there's not a ton of trees like directly on the course. They're like off. It's like white stake. Then you find the trees, and then we have Stone Ridge, which literally doesn't have trees. So the question made me laugh, and it was a solid question because we are at that time of year. But then I was like in practical play, it's just not like it's just not gonna happen. So, yeah, the leaf rule is a good one. There's a snow rule too, which you occasionally run into.
Isn't it just standing water? Like,
Yeah, I
just
think that's how you're supposed to play it. Yeah, so you can move it for a penalty or you can hit it if you want. Yeah.
well, no, you wouldn't. It wouldn't take a penalty because if it's standing water, you get free drop from casual water.
Oh, if you were to have to like stand on it, I was talking
Yeah,
about if your ball was there.
yeah. If your ball's in the snow, you get relief from that as casual water.
It's a good question. I'm gonna
No,
trust you.
I'm not asking you a question. I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah. Okay. All right. Good.
it's
Well,
played
that's
as
good to know
casual
then.
water. Yeah,
We won't run
at
into
least the
that.
last time I looked it up, it's played as casual water. Like you just move it off. But that's a question for you know way later. If you're
Yeah.
playing late into November in Minnesota, or really early season where courses are opening up and with their greens are still frozen,
Yeah, it's
that's
much
when
more of an
they'll play.
early season issue, and the nicer courses they won't even open with snow on the course. But yeah,
I
we
have
have interesting, weird rules that we have to deal with up north that people don't have to most other places.
I have definitely hit a ball out of snow before.
Same. You
Yeah.
play it a lot like a bunker shot for those that have never
That's
done it.
exactly how I played it. It was awesome.
You just splash it out there.
You want to know what else we got to talk about? Is
Oh,
punched green season.
we are at that point in time too. I think that's a worldwide time.
Mhm.
I think everybody's kind of doing that now. I don't know how this happened, Mitch. Um, I somehow got into the golf course maintenance algorithm on Twitter. I don't know how I got there, but
Make
every day I scroll through and I see somebody that has some account that is a super or an assistant super or just a greenskeeper of some sort posting about the punching of the greens or the new type of grass they're testing or I don't know what the hell's going on, but everybody seems to be doing it right
So, well, I have a question for you. Since you went down
now.
that
Okay.
rabbit hole,
Okay. Great.
something I've always wondered is why do they punch the greens in the fall when it's some of the best golf weather in the Midwest instead of doing it in the springtime when it can be rainy, windy, the very unpredictable weather?
I
Why do they do that?
I believe I have an answer for you. Uh I think a lot of courses, the nice courses, will punch two times a year. They'll do it in the spring and in the fall. Um, However, from what I know about what I'm trying to do with my own grass in my own yard, uh, the best time for like when you have to plant new grass and stuff, the best time to like punch the greens so that the ground is ready to recover and then grow grass healthy and strong again. However, the environment works, the best time to do that is the end of August through the end of September. Whatever the temperature and everything does in the whatever in the ground, this is very technical science stuff that I'm saying.
The temperature and the ground.
Yeah,
Yes.
very technical wording. However that all works in the environment, whatever that is, like that is the best time for new grass to grow healthy and strong for the next year, at least up north. So that's why they do it now because that's the best time for it to heal and be better for next year.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
they know
unfortunate because the
kind
it's
of,
like perfect golf weather.
yeah, it ruins our golf experience.
It does. Although
So,
I'm a dog shit putter, so it really doesn't matter to me too much.
oh yeah, it's not going to change my scores at all. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird because I mean, you have days like today where it's 80 degrees outside, which, by the way, just speaking, very technical, weather terms here.
Yes.
I don't know why, but 80 degrees in October or late September feels way different than 80 degrees in July. 80 degrees in July feels way hotter. I'm assuming it's just because the sun is closer and
Yeah.
it like more direct sunlight, so it's hotter or feels hotter. But
I
yeah,
think I
80
think you're
degrees right
right.
now, perfect weather.
I like 80 degrees anytime. I'm meant for the South, Mitch.
Same,
I
same.
like as soon as it hits like 60 here, I'm like, oh God, it's way too fucking cold already. And everybody I know, 60's perfect. 60 and sunny. Give me that all day. It's like, no, I mean, if it's 60, I have to think about putting long sleeves on pretty soon. I don't like that. I'll give me 90. Give me 90 and a nasty sunburn any day. I belong in Arizona. That's where I belong.
So I was gonna say, so we're taking a trip to Arizona, South Florida. Where are we going? Like
Texas, yeah.
Texas. You have to get to way South Texas though. North Texas can get nasty.
Yeah. Wife and I went on a trip to San Antonio, and what did we go in like November or something, 2 or 3 years ago? And it was like 65, 70 when we went, which is not
Hmm.
wildly cold. But we were we were walking around down there in t-shirts and shorts. We went to a restaurant and they had heaters on the patio.
Yeah,
And
sounds
they were
right.
like, we were like, "Hey, can we sit on the patio? Is that okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's strange because everybody else is sitting inside because it's cold."
Hmm.
And we're like, "Oh, it's like beautiful out right now. This is like perfect weather." And they're like, "No, this is like really cold." And we sat down and they wanted to turn the heater on and we're like, "Oh, that's gonna be like way too hot. We don't no heater, please. We'll just enjoy our dinner out here on the patio where it's 75 degrees. Like it's perfect." And they're like, shivering is unbelievable.
Southerners are so weak. Like,
Yeah,
come hang out when it's -20 up here. All right, we'll go outside
yeah.
and then
Actually, don't.
let me know if 65 degrees is cold.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, but actually, don't. This is a
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
place to be most of the
yeah,
time.
yeah. We don't need more people here anyway.
It's either excruciatingly cold or melt your face warm.
Hmm.
We get we get we get like 3 months of like really good weather, and then one of those months, which is right now, we can't even play golf because the greens have holes in them.
Yeah, that sounds right. Thankfully, my course has not punched yet. They punch in
Oh,
10 days. I think the 13th and 14th they're closed for aeration. So I have
wow,
this weekend and next weekend to play with no punch greens.
nice. You might be the only course in the country that doesn't have holes in their green right now.
I know. I don't know if that's good or bad.
At
But
that course, I'm guessing that they know what they're doing.
yeah, typically.
You would hope so.
What what do you like to do when you get to a course and everything's punched? Like, because I've been thinking about this. I kind of want to do like a one club or a three club challenge or something like that. Just go see what I can score with if I just take a 7-iron out there on these punch greens where score really doesn't matter, I don't really
Hmm.
care. Like, just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a well, if you think that the punch screens matter, then yeah, you have to take any mental thing out of your brain that says I need to shoot a good score today, which is what most people try and do every time they play golf is shoot their best score. Somehow you have to get that out of your brain and know that whatever you do, once you get to the green, you're playing plinko, so you're like your best scorer. Like you just don't know if that's going to happen or if it can happen or not. So
Mhm.
just yeah, you just have to do whatever is going to be fun for you to do. So yeah, if you want to play a one club challenge or a three club challenge or whatever the hell it is that you want to do, just do that. Um, for those of us that are really bad at putting and it doesn't matter if there are holes in the ground or not, I just kind of try and score anyway.
Yeah.
I do know people if greens are punched. I've never played it this way, but I know many people play it this way. And I don't know if courses still do this or not. I know some small courses around here used to actually just put out a local rule that says like once you're on the green, it's a two putt and then you're done. So you putt if you make it. If you don't, then just pick it up and move on. Because if it's probably a pace of play thing. Because if you don't, and everybody's 3-4 putting, then it's kind of a slow day. But I know a lot of people that will just play it that way. If you're playing plinko on the greens, it's you got your one shot to make it from wherever you are, and if you don't, then pick it up, move on. It's probably fine
Yeah.
with me too.
I don't know if I've ever done that with punch screens, but I did it on this local muni that uh, they were sodding a new green because they had moved it. They changed it from a really short par five to just a longer par four. So they moved the green up a little bit. But yeah, so they sodded it instead of doing seed. So I mean, it was all sorts of bumpy because you have like strips of sod that you're putting
Oh
over. They're
no.
max two putt. Like that's it. Like just go
Yeah.
up there. I mean, you're just trying to hit it as hard as you can because they have to obviously grow it pretty long, and they're trying to like just roll it out and stuff like this to smooth out the surface.
Hmm.
But, I mean, the ball is bouncing left, right, just actual planko the whole way to the hole.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they were just like, just max two putt, call it a day. Like just get off the hole.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah. Yeah. We also, I was just thinking about this too. Another issue with Parkland's courses here is obviously the trees everywhere, and every tree has something else on it other than a leaf, acorns, whatever.
Mhm.
Those things are falling all over the greens too. So not only do those things fall hard, by the way, and they'll like put indents into the green, but there's so many of them on some places you go, you can't wipe everything away enough. So you just
Mhm.
have to putt through shit a lot of
Yes.
times this time of year. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
unfortunately like we said, it's like the best time of year to play golf because of the weather, and it's impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, the temperature's perfect, the winds are typically down,
Yeah,
and it's just, you know, the leaves are falling, acorns are falling,
yeah,
geese are migrating and shitting all over
yeah.
greens.
That's a problem
It's
too. Yeah,
a nightmare out there.
yeah.
Oh
Golly.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't really have much else. Like what did you have for tonight?
that's all I had. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to just. I called it the off season. Our title. We're not quite the off season. We got some time left before the
Oh,
snow falls, but
I,
we took some time off, so it felt good to kind of recap what we did, how we're feeling, where we're going, get back into the get back into the swing of things,
mhm.
and then we'll start getting better for next year.
Yeah. Yeah, and if anyone's out there listening and wants to come on, be a guest, we can talk about your season, what your
Yeah.
goals were, maybe what your goals are for next year, and what you're hoping to learn in the off season or improve on in the off season, and maybe any pointers that we can send you in the right direction. But we'd love to, yeah, have you on, whoever you are, and we'll figure it out.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, we definitely can and should have some more guests over the winter to keep our to keep us moving along other than talking about hitting balls into screens the whole time. It'll be good to hear from other people how they're doing. Um, maybe we'll find some other experts in other areas to teach us some things because we can always keep learning. Maybe I'll find some I'll stick into my golf course architecture Twitter that I landed in, and I'll find somebody to tell me about how grass grows.
Do it. Let's actually. I would love
You
to
like
talk to
that?
about uh what am I trying to say? Like greenskeeping, like the actual like management of turf.
Yeah,
Like, I think that would
it
be.
fascinates me. I have no clue how it works. I can't figure out how to grow a piece of grass in my front yard.
Dude, my grass is a nightmare. I tried when we bought our house for the first like 3 or 4 years. I gave up. I'm like, what I probably have to do is actually aerate it,
Yep.
sand, like put some leveling sand out there, reseed, like just so much work that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But we can learn about how to do those things from somebody, and I think that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe give us amateurs and other amateurs out there some insight into what it takes to, especially a good golf course, like what it takes to make a good golf course and keep a good golf course looking nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
And
some good golf courses that get an insane amount of play, thousands and thousands of rounds
yeah,
every year, and it's got to be an insane amount of work to keep those things looking nice.
I 100% agree. And it'd be great to give people perspective on how much the dumb shit that they do actually impacts like keeping up the course. For example, not replacing divots in the fairway, depending on how people want them replaced, which I know is different depending where you go.
Mhm.
Not fixing pitch marks, doing damage to greens, driving your cart too close to the greens onto the approach areas, all types of stupid shit that people do that people are one person told me one time when they slammed their putter into the putting green one time and I was like that was like not a great thing to do. He's like, oh, grass will just grow back.
What does it?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think people may not have a lot of appreciation for just how difficult it is to keep courses looking and operating the way they do. So yeah, maybe we should do that.
Dude, let's do it. Let's find somebody.
All right. I'm deep into the weeds of that on Twitter right now, so I'll probably just find somebody tonight.
Love it. This is some on-air production meeting
Yeah,
stuff.
I love
This
it.
is excellent. Excellent. I'm sure everyone's enjoying it.
If you're having fun, the audience is having fun. That's what I'm told.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, but I think that's enough for us tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone hanging out and listening to us talk about golf and just trying to help us build this community of amateur golfers. But make sure you go ahead, you like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. It's good for the algorithm, good for helping us to continue growing this community. And maybe we'll help you learn something and help others learn some stuff too and learn some stuff ourselves.
That's right. That's right. If we all can get a little bit better at golf and all have a little bit more fun playing golf, that would be the ideal situation, I think.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Perfect.
we will be back next week, I assume, unless we decide to take more time off.
We'll
We're gonna
see.
be
We'll see.
back. We're back. You know what? This is we're on
Back.
season 2. We ended season 1. Season 1 is done. We took a little bit of time off preparing for season 2. We're on season 2. We're full go. We will be back next week. How do you feel about
Love
that?
it.
All
Love
right.
it.
8 p.m. Central Normal Time next week. It's the only time zone that matters. We'll be talking more golf because that's the only thing we know other than TV shows now.